What is up, guys? Wunzy here, back with another video of, when should I pick Widowmaker? Did one with Junkrat, decided to do another one with Widowmaker here. And this is a hero that I like a lot. This is a hero that, if you have a good Widowmaker, it can make loads of difference. This is a hero that there are some applications for her that are amazing, and there are some that I really do not recommend her for, and even though I love playing this hero, I don't play her in all applications. She's not like a Junkrat to me. Junkrat to me, who is a defensive hero as well, can honestly be amazing in attacks as well. I don't think Widowmaker fits that role as importantly. This is one of the maps that I love her on. I love her on Watchpoint Gibraltar. There's a lot of cool angles. There's a lot of long engagements that you can just punish your opponent for. She's one of those heroes that I think requires a nice little warm-up. I feel like your first match of the day with Widowmaker typically isn't very good. I think this recording was my first or second match of the day because it was labeled Widowmaker 1. So I think this was my first match of the day. But this is like my favorite map for her. Other maps that I love with her are Hollywood. I love Dorado. I like King's Row, especially the first part. And the control maps, I do not advise her on in any case. I don't think she's a very... I think there's just stronger heroes that you can use for those maps. The control maps are Elios, or is it? It's Leos, Lijiang Tower, and Nepal. I don't like her there because she doesn't do good in the thick of things. She doesn't do good if you gotta wait, if you gotta be on a point. Now, if you have like a really beefy team that is all about crowding the point, and you can kind of sit back and pick your shots, then awesome. But most teams aren't structured that way, especially in pickup groups. So it's better for you just to kind of pick somebody that is good at storming a point and holding a point. I like Soldier 76 in those because he's got all kinds of self-sustain. He's got really good damage output. And he fits a similar role, I would say, in those kind of maps. Now, her strengths, obviously, are she can do big, high amounts of damage, so she gets to her ult pretty quickly, especially if you land her headshots. A couple things that I say is to look out for is using her assault rifle portion when you're not scoped. It was nerfed from the beta to release, so you don't want to use that unless you absolutely have to. It's good like if you're running away and you kind of fire behind you, and if somebody's really close to you, you got to take them down. It's 100% okay in that case, but don't have that be your primary your primary thing with her. Her strength lies in her scoped shots. So things that she's really good at is picking off your opponents, like choosing your targets. So with her, obviously, you want to avoid focusing the tanks because most tanks take two or three, sometimes even 4 headshots with 100% power scope. Actually, I think it's only 3 because I think it's 200 damage. I think 600 is the most. But we're talking 3 headshots in a row, which is really hard to do. So you want to stay away from the tanks. Excuse me. Typically with her, you want to hit their healers. You want to hit their support. I think every support in the game is a one-shot headshot at 100%. I'm pretty sure, which is huge. A couple things you also want to look out for. This is stuff that with time, you get better at. But when you hear like a McCree ulting, and you know where he's at, take that quick peek and try to get that quick headshot. Denying that McCree ult is huge. Pretty much anybody that ults, any of the squishy DPS that ult, it's really good just to kind of take them out with your Widowmaker. In this game, I think I get a couple of them. With her ult as well. Her ult is really good at for your team. Obviously, your team sees through your recon vision as well. So like I believe in this game, you see me like I spawn in and I'm not even close to the enemies, but my entire team is, and I pop my ult because I don't do it for me. I do it for my team. Like I'm like halfway there or something. I think it's like right here. This one. It might be. Maybe it's not this one. Maybe it's a different clip. But like right when I spawn, I pop my ult. So that way my team gets the vision. It's okay to do that, to help your team out. It's a team game. It's not an individual game or anything like that. It is a team game first. So doing that to help your team is huge. Your team, you can't do it on your own. There's no way you can win a 1v6. Anyway, don't get discouraged when you miss shots. Just take your time and, you know, breathe a little bit. She is I would say she's a high skill character just because of the fact that she does require skill shots. A lot like Hanzo. She's not as much of a skill shot as Hanzo because, well, for obvious reasons, you know, she could fire over and over again. But she's kind of in that same category for me. A couple maps that I love her on again, Gibraltar. I love her on Kingsborough. Hollywood, she's awesome in. Dorado, Route 66, I like her in. All of the assault maps, so Hanamura, Temple of Anubis, and Volscara Industries. Temple of Anubis, obviously only on the defense, and Volskaya Industries only on the defense. Hanamura, she's actually not terrible on the attack because all the points are wide open, and a lot of times the defense, they like to play Bastion, and having Widowmaker against Bastion's pretty good, especially if you know where he's posted up. You can kind of peek around the corner, get the headshot, and then tap real quick, and typically he's a goner. With 100% headshot and then a quick tap, I believe that's 250 damage, and he's dead. You got him. But her strengths lie in, like I said, she could pick off specific targets. So if you see, you know, if they're all grouped up, obviously go for the squishy guys first. Do not target the tank. If the enemy team has a Widowmaker, which in this match the enemy team does have a Widowmaker, it's not a bad idea to take out that Widowmaker too. You're going to get in a lot of Widowmaker versus Widowmaker duels, which is good because you're taking the Widowmaker away from their team. At the same time, they're taking your Widowmaker away because you guys are focusing on each other. But if you can best the Widowmaker, it opens up kind of where you can go. I probably should have switched, seeing if they had a Genji. Genji's really good against Widowmaker. It's hard to deal with him, but luckily for me, we had a really good healer in here. Using your spider mines, the way I like to use my spider mines is I like to put them, if I'm posted up at a point, I like to put them at a spot where I think the enemy's going to go. It's more, I get the trigger announcement that it tells me the spider mine is triggered, so I know that an enemy is coming up the hallway behind me, or to the left of me, to the right of me, whatever. Wherever you put the spider mine, sometimes I'll throw them into the group, just do a little bit of damage. The spider mines don't do a ton of damage, so I like using them as more of an alert for me, like, hey, there's a guy coming up behind you. To me, that's the more beneficial way to use your spider mines. Using your shift, that's something I don't like to just use freely. I like to use it when I need it, because like you've seen, I think I did it 2 or 3 times in this clip. I use it to get away from my opponent. When somebody's in your face, you can jump and then just get away. The shift really helps you get away really quickly. So I like having it. I don't like having it on cooldown all the time. And as far as that goes, you know, there's really not much to her. She's kind of like her own thing. There's not much to her. It's all about your accuracy, pretty much, and what it comes down to. Obviously, you want to aim for the head, but obviously the head is a harder shot. I mean, obviously, it's the smallest part. Diva's she's got a pretty big headshot radius, so hitting her isn't that troublesome, you know, in the head, but I think that's about all I had to cover on her that I have written down as far as the notes go. She's a pretty self-explanatory hero. She does a really good job at, like I said, every time that Lucio pops up, I try to find him. When he ults, you know, obviously you gotta back off. The Lucio ult is groundbreaking against Widowmaker because everything then gets out of range and you're just like, ugh, are you freaking kidding me? But like I said, use her ult freely. It's okay to use it right when you spawn just to help your teammates out. But other than that's pretty much all I got for Widowmaker. I'm probably going to make a Hanzo, and I'm going to see what other clips I have in my video folder. But I'll probably do 2 or 3 more tonight. I got to see what I have. I know I have a Genji in there, but I don't think the clip is very good. And I'm not very good at Genji, to be honest with you. I gotta think. But anyway, if you guys have any specific questions about Widowmaker, please feel free to type them in the comment button. Please like the video. If you didn't like the video, you know, let me know what I did wrong. Give me some positive feedback. And like I said, any specific questions, feel free to ask them. I do have a Widowmaker frag video. It's Widowmaker in May. It starts off with May, kind of just to be a little trolly, because I know people hate her, so I just put her in the video. But that video is called Frozen Scopes. So check that video out, give it a view. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, any questions, feel free to ask. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day.
Play of the game.